Dalton Moor Farm is the most special farm and location of its kind anywhere, largely because it's an extension of me and my absolute love and passion for everything natural and sustainable and caring and just beautiful. Hello, I'm Jenny Connor. I live at Dalton Moor Farm, which is a small vegan fruit farm in East Durham. I've lived in Dalton Moor Farm house for 32 years now, and for the first 19 years when I lived there, I negotiated with the farmer who owned the land around the house to try and sell me some land. It took me 19 years, but eventually he did sell me 12 acres and then another 12 acres a few years later. I had always wanted a typical English small holding. That was my childhood dream, with some animals, because I loved animals, or so I thought anyway. And I would have had goats and chickens and geese and ducks and maybe a couple of pigs and a cow and a horse or a donkey if I could have sneaked them past my husband. And I joined the North Yorkshire Goat Keeping Society to learn more about keeping goats and farming in general. And I started pondering how I would keep the chickens and how I would send any of these animals to be slaughtered for meat. And when I discovered a lot of the hidden truths of animal agriculture, I became very uncomfortable indeed and wanted no part of it anymore. So I decided that if I couldn't farm them, then I shouldn't be eating them or wearing them or using animals in any way. And I just got a growing enlightenment about how badly we treat animals, apart from our dogs and cats, and gained a lot of insight into things that I kind of felt I'd been misled really most of my life. And so I decided I had to be vegan, and so did the farm. A veganic farm is a farm which is operated on vegan principles, so without harming any kind of life at all. So no chemicals, no poisons, no additional fertilizers. And if we do need to add nutrients, we would do it with a natural compost, for example, that we've made ourselves. And we try to manage the fertility of the soil by either leaving cut grass on the soil or taking cut grass off the soil if we need to reduce its fertility a little bit, the nutrition in the soil. So we manage it kindly without any chemicals. That's a veganic farm. A regenerative farm is a farm that regenerates a landscape that is not intensively managed. So this land at Dalton Moor Farm was previously an arable farm, which was quite intensive farming. So lots of additives, lots of things being taken out of the soil, put on the soil being turned over at least once a year with machinery. So a regenerative approach is to not do all of that and to let the soil recover and to let the natural herbage on the soil recover and regenerate. And so you're improving soil fertility naturally, improving soil structure, allowing plants that live together naturally and interact with each other in a normal way to do so. So it encourages lots of wild plants, wild flowers, and that in turn encourages a lot of wildlife animals. We have a range of activities at the farm. Some of them are kind of purely educational in the sense that it's school children or school groups coming to learn a specific thing, or adults coming to learn a specific thing. But also alongside that education is reconnection with nature and reconnection with ourselves and each other, which is really important. So basically we're rewilding humans whilst providing information, skills, knowledge about the natural environment. Well, the natural beauty of the farm is mainly outdoors and speaks for itself. It is so pretty at most times of the year, and it has particularly extra specially pretty seasons when the flowers are all out in spring and in summer, and then the colours and the fruits are all in colour on the hedgerows in autumn. And then if there's a little bit of frost or snow on the ground in winter, that's also absolutely breathtaking. If you feel you're in need of a little bit of R&R, a little bit of healing, escape from the mad everyday life, then Dalton Moor Farm is the place to come. Please do visit the website, find some of our activities and come and join us and get healed.